been closing. As long as we have access to a digital device and internet service, we are able to open even if we are on vacation. As long as we have access to that, it has made life easier, way simpler for each and every one of us. And with the launch of this 2.0 system, I know we are heading in the right direction. I've seen the changes, the reduced timeline, greater participation. I know this new phase will enhance the process, makes it smarter, greater connections based on the integration with the PPC for tiers 2 and 3 contracts, overall improvement. And with the introduction of CPEP, I can't wait to see that being added to the platform to make it even more encompassing. I do believe government of Jamaica is on the right path in transforming public procurement in Jamaica and the wider Caribbean. So practitioners, policymakers, let us embrace this change, move forwards, hands and heart together in making this initiative a great success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Ferron, and thank you as well, Mr. Wilson. What a comprehensive overview and walkthrough. Oh my goodness. Ms. Ferron, how long have you been with us? Long time. I'm not trying to age you, right? Because I was just telling a few of my friends here, I said, I love the fact that when I came and I saw all of these young, vibrant professionals within the Ministry of Finance, I was so impressed. So you're looking quite young, Ms. Ferron, I should let you know. But it just goes to show that you have been working with the ministry for quite some time. And I'm sure that with these changes, it will ensure that, guess what, your work is a lot easier. And we can't ask for anything else, right? All right, give them a round of applause for me, please, ladies and gentlemen. So we're seeing efficiency, transparency, and of course, better use of our resources as well. Now, the success of GOJEP is equally reflected in experiences of our suppliers, and we will now hear from those who interact with the platform from the business community. Our first speaker is Mr. David Cover of Cinepath Limited, and he'll be followed by Mr. Patrick Anderson, Senior Account Executive from Allied Insurance. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. David Cover.
Honorable Minister, I have a bad voice, so forgive me. Distinguished guests, procurement teams from the GOJ, ministries, departments, and agencies, fellow suppliers, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. The back in time was very, very on point. I thank you for inviting me here. My name is David Cover, and I'm a no relation to Major Cover, so I don't get any benefits from that name. I'm the Chief Everything Officer of Cinepath, so I may say CEO, but I do everything. I'm the driver, the person who writes the bits, everything. I'm creative. Participating in GOJ RFIs and RFPs is not just an academic exercise, but it gives small businesses access to opportunities and demonstrates their capabilities in doing that. Thank you. The manual process back in the day, I said, it was very time consuming, very administratively demanding, because you had to write up the bid, get them printed, go to first, you had to collect the RFP document, right? Then you have to get it done, designed. I'm in technology, so I had to go through a whole spew of designing, getting clarifications, which was very hard, because now who do you call? You had to email. Did you get that email? I think that gentleman said it. Was the email delivered? How was it done? You also, to get to the RFPs, you had to read the paper. So somebody had to go out there and find who is bidding for what is out there that we can participate in. So you never knew until Tuesday that something is happening in the government. So you had to monitor those sources, pick up the bid documents, and then prepare the responses. And even after that, when you deliver this bid, you weren't sure of what's happening. And as the lady said, did it get to the bid box in time? Did my driver get it there, which would be me? Did I run into traffic? Or to the right ministry, exactly. Ministry of Agriculture has many different addresses. Did I go to the right one? So yes, you're correct. And we saw the bid box in the video, that big box. Who had the key to put the document in it when it was larger than the opening? So that's wasting time as well. Did we include everything in the bid process for these documents? Then the bid opening. If you're there, were you compliant? You know, we had a lot of things to figure out. So for small businesses like mine, these administrative demands, it diverted valuable attention to an individual. And that person could be serving customers, clients, in other things, non-government people that will pay you quickly, sorry. The long days and nights, because I remember participating in a bid for the then eGov. I'm going home at 2 o'clock in the morning. My wife couldn't believe that I was still at office writing up a bid. Then came the electronic transition. So now we had the GOJEP of 2015 thereabouts. It improved the experience. It was a great experience. So now we will review the opportunities online. But not all MDAs subscribe to it. So some were given paper bids, some were online, and then you still had the gleaner and the observer to still look out. So we're in two different processes. But from our perspective, we had greater accessibility, improved visibility, and increased efficiency, and a little bit more transparency. Because then you knew when you submitted it online that if you went 1 second past 2 o'clock, you can't get on. The Java thing was a problem though, major problem. So it removed the dependence on the physical paperwork, travel, manual delivery, and scrolling through newspapers. It also helped you to understand the requirements, monitor the clarifications, and give you a better way to submit your bids. So that was great. Now looking ahead to GOJEP 2.0, this for us represents a procurement policy that is evolving. We like that. It's going to be more efficient, more transparent, and much more inclusive. So I hope you get more people involved, get the competition, the juices going. It should continue to widen the procurement entity and supplier participation and create a more level playing field within the small and medium-sized business community. And I believe the following must be important to you guys. Ongoing supplier and MDA education. Because as you make these changes, you have to keep us abreast of the changes and them who are doing the thing more aware of what to do and what to expect from us. Regular feedback from users. I see where you started the process, and that's apparently why I'm here, because I chat too much on these calls, right? It gives us clearer visibility where the bid is. Who recalls on the now system evaluating? 1 year later, evaluating. Where's my bid? Who do I call? I don't know. But 2.0 will give you that. And transformation is most successful when technology is supported by clear processes and when the people who use it are included in the continuous improvement. And you are testimony to that. Today's launch is an important milestone. It demonstrates a commitment to the modernization by the government of Jamaica, good governance, stronger collaboration with the supplier community, and has an important impact on Jamaica. Minister, you said it. Because it allows businesses of different sizes to participate and contribute towards national development. Again, mirroring what you just said. On behalf of Cinepath Limited, I congratulate everyone who has contributed to the continued development and implementation of the electronic procurement system. We look forward to seeing GOJEP 2.0 continue to improve procurement outcomes for suppliers and procurement entities alike. Thank you and congratulations on this milestone. But before I go, I want to ask a question. Who's down with OPPP?
Thank you, Mr. Kova. Now I invite Mr. Anderson. Put your hands together for him.
Good morning, everyone. Minister of State, distinguished visitors, guests, good morning. Allied insurance brokers were in the insurance industry. And I remember back in the day when we had the paper process. We're not selling a physical product like exercise books, motor vehicles. We're selling a service. So when we had to go and collect the tender document from the agency, we had to sit down based on the RFP and devise a program based on the RFP that would satisfy both the agency's requests for information and at a fair price. So we had to go to the agency. First, we had to monitor the newspapers to see when it was advertised. Because while you might know that an agency is going to tender a particular year, we don't know what time during that year. So we have to monitor the newspapers, see the advertisement, take it out, look at what it says, then physically go to the agency, collect the RFP. Normally there's a fee to collect it, bring it back to the office. And in those days, we only had a fax machine and a copier. No scanner, no email, so everything had to be done physically. So we had to get RFP, somebody had to read it, and then the team would then meet physically to go through the RFP and sit down and devise a program. Having devised a program, someone now has to type it up from the paper document, and then that now has to go to each insurance company for their quotations. And in the RFP, in most cases, it's 2 copies that the agency will require, an original and a copy. And both copies must be identical. So we have to have the original document, we have to have a copy folder, and a third folder, which will be our folder for in-office. So we'd have to go to each insurance company with the program, physically go there, sit, wait, get information, come back to the office, analyze what we got, decided, okay, this is what we're going to be using, create the folder, put it together, and in most cases, the folders have to be numbered. So I'd sit down and number the pages 1, 2, 3, 4. In both documents, it has to be identical. We have to wrap it up at the time for submission, and then get it to the agency by, it's usually 3 o'clock on the particular day. That's usually the cutoff time. And so they had to either drive, depending on the time that we were finished, or we had to get the bureau to go. That was very stressful. And the thing is that we had, because it was paper-based, all had to be in office from early in the morning or until late in the afternoon or into the night to work on the project. With GOJEP now, it's like chalk to cheese, literally. We can now do the entire tender process without physically leaving the office to go anywhere. They will get a notification by email, we go on the site, put it down, everything is there. We do everything electronically, it goes to the insurance company by email, comes back, we create one document, and that one document is then uploaded onto the site, and that document is also retained by us. So we no longer have 3 copies of anything, and it's just beautiful. My greatest thing for the 2.0 is that our office is Mac-based. So we had to have a system that would have to use a Windows-based system in order to upload, because all our computers are Mac. So we had to use a remote desktop. Let's go onto remote desktop, download Java in order to access the site. So the fact that we no longer have to use Java for me and for our office is the best thing since sliced bread. Because you can now use any machine that's in the office now can now have access to the site, and that for me is the best thing so far. I'm looking forward to using the new program, and it is really, really, really appreciated that you guys have taken on board the fact that we don't need to have Java, because that was our biggest problem. Because it usually delays us in terms of our uploading process. We have to wait until it's downloaded, and it's run, all of that. So, but that's, for us, that is really, really good. And I really appreciate the work that you guys have done to improve the site. I was at the training session you guys had, and based on what I'm seeing, I'm loving it, to be quite honest. I'm loving it, and I'm looking forward. Our tenders coming up in another 2 weeks, I think. I'm looking forward to using the site to do those tenders, and congratulate you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Anderson, and thank you as well to Mr. Kova for those valuable perspectives. If there's anything that we're going to take from their perspective is what? Thank God we don't have to use Java. Thank you so much, sir. Your experience is really, highlight exactly why continuous improvement of this platform really, really matters. And thank you as well for all the feedback that you have provided over the years as well, because you have also helped to make GOJEP what it is today. So thank you both as well. So before we move into our live demonstrations of GOJEP 2.0, let's enjoy another musical selection from the talented Raheem Vassell. Please make him feel welcome. Raheem Vassell, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for him one more time. Oh, so talented. Thank you so much. Now, we've heard the vision, we've heard the leadership, and we've also heard the testimonials. And now it's time to see GOJEP 2.0 in action. To provide an overview of the enhanced platform, I invite Ms. Lakeisha Nelson, Director of E-Procurement and Customer Care within the Office of the Public Procurement Policy, to greet us. So please put your hands together for her, and let's welcome Ms. Nelson.
Good morning, everyone. Ministers have left, distinguished guests that are in the house, and our over 500 participants that are on all our platform. We see you. A pleasant good morning. In 2015, GOJEP was introduced, changing how government and private sector interact. Procurement became electronic. Opportunities could be published online, bids could be submitted electronically, and procurement information became more transparent and accessible. Today, we celebrate the next chapter in that journey. GOJEP 2.0, as we've been hearing since this morning, is not simply an upgraded system. It is the evolution of how Jamaica does business. It is about making procurement simpler for suppliers, smarter for government, and more transparent for every Jamaican. One of the biggest changes, and we've been hearing it, and I know most of our suppliers are happy about, is that Java is finally gone. And let us celebrate that for our suppliers. The Java software was a mandatory tool used to support tender preparation functionalities for all bid submission processes. Over the years, we have been trying to move away from Java, and today we can say we have found a solution. For years, Java created technical challenges for many users. Installing software, maintaining the relevant upgrades, and many were there. Java updates itself every single day. And if you have an issue in terms of compatibility, your bid will not be submitted. So we know the frustration in the bid submission process. With GOJEP 2.0, suppliers can now prepare, submit their bids directly through the platform without installing any additional software. So using modern browsers for the first time, bids can now be submitted via your mobile device. But the OPP did not stop there. We've also given GOJEP a complete, refreshed look and feel, a sharper interface, more simpler navigation, more connected, and a better user experience. GOJEP now follows the procurement process closer than before. As a supplier, you participated in procurement process, and weeks later, you're wondering where that procurement cycle is. With this version of the system, users can now see the important milestones throughout the procurement cycle, from evaluation to procurement committee decisions to the approvals by heads of entities, endorsement and approvals from the Public Procurement Commission, and for Tier 3 contracts all the way through to Cabinet. This creates greater visibility, stronger accountability within the process, and a much cleaner audit trail for everyone involved in the process. We're also strengthening how government works internally through integration with the Public Procurement Commission Endorsement Database Management System, better known as PEDMS. Information can now be moved electronically between our systems. This means less duplication, less paperwork, reduction in errors, and ultimately faster endorsement and approvals for Tiers 2 and 3 contracts. GOJEP 2.0 is more than technology. It supports suppliers by making it easier to do business with government. It supports procurement practitioners by simplifying and strengthening procurement workflows. It supports oversight bodies and auditors through improved visibility and access to procurement information. It supports the wider citizens by strengthening transparency, accountability, and providing confidence within the public procurement systems. Countries around the world are implementing procurement processes because it delivers better governance, greater efficiency, and trust in this process. Today, Jamaica proudly continues in that direction. GOJEP 2.0 positions us along leading digital procurement systems globally while considering the unique needs of our own in-country procurement framework. As OPP continues our procurement journey towards becoming a more data-driven branch, GOJEP 2.0 has been strategically enhanced to serve as the government's central depository for procurement data and analysis. The platform has been updated to create a more critical data point requirement under OPP's monitoring framework, ensuring that procurement information is more accurate, comprehensive, and readily available to provide evidence-based policy decision-making. We have also enhanced the procurement plan module by updating the procurement plan template within the system, and Minister would have mentioned it, that at a point in time, we will enable procuring entities to undertake more structured and effective procurement planning. We're looking to strengthen our reporting capabilities to provide more meaningful insights into procurement performance across government. But how are we supporting our stakeholders through all of these transitions? The launch of the enhanced GOJEP platform marks an exciting step, but it is only the beginning for our commitment to supporting our users. OPP has developed a comprehensive transition and support program to ensure that all stakeholders are equipped to confidently adopt and maximize the benefits of the upgraded system. We started by dedicating the entire month of June 2026 to focus on hands-on trainings with all our ministries, departments, and agencies, and we have met with over 600 suppliers through our online training platform. To facilitate a more seamless transition, the OPP will continue delivering virtual and face-to-face training and refresher sessions for both our procuring entities and suppliers. We will provide a more structured learning path through our learning management system, allowing users to learn on their own pace and revisit training materials whenever needed. We will provide our updated user manuals and other supporting resources to reflect the new functionalities and enhanced procurement processes. We will strengthen our technical help desk to ensure that resources and dedicated technical support are provided timely to resolve any queries effectively. So our objective today is to ensure that every stakeholder has the knowledge and support needed to navigate the upgraded GOJEP platform. Through ongoing engagement, training, and technical support, the OPP remains committed to helping users fully realize the benefits of a more modern, effective, and transparent electronic procurement system. So as we adopt these enhancements today, let us be mindful that this is only the beginning of the next generation of digital transformation in Jamaica as we continue on our procurement journey. So I want to thank you today for coming, and we also welcome the GOJEP 2.0 and beyond. We look forward to fully operationalize the e-procurement platform on August 3rd, 2026. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Nelson, for that overview, and I'm sure everyone is eager to see some of these exciting features demonstrated live. And so one of the most anticipated enhancements is the redesigned supplier experience, designed to make doing business with the government easier, faster, and more intuitive. And to guide us through these new features, please welcome technical consultant, Mr. John Thompson. Put your hands together for him.
Good afternoon, everyone. I just need to get this connected first.
Okay, so you have heard much about the features that are being introduced. I just want to use the opportunity to just demonstrate 3 of them. So there have been perhaps 4 key features for suppliers. You have heard about the elimination of Java. Secondly, we are giving more visibility into the status of a procurement. The third upgrade would be making it easier to find tender opening reports. And fourthly, as we transition towards full contract management in the system, we will be introducing a contract certificate at the award process, and I will use the opportunity to show you what that looks like as well. So I'm going to sign in as a supplier. This is the training environment, so what you'll be seeing are not actual real bids. I'm hoping my Wi-Fi is still up. This is what you call Murphy at work. By plugging in the HDMI, have I deactivated the Wi-Fi? Is anyone able to say? Okay, see, I'm fine. So this is the new interface. In the event you have not seen it as yet. The first feature you will see is we have synchronized the colors with that of the Ministry of Finance's blue and yellow. So in general, I assume that all entities that are part of the ministry will adopt this blue and yellow color scheme. So this is what it looks like. As a supplier, I'm just going to go to the list of tenders. And as mentioned, I am showing you this in the staging environment. So one of the first changes you will notice before, as Mr. Kova, I think, mentioned, after you have submitted a bid, for perhaps the next month or year, all you're seeing is the status is evaluation. What we have now done is, under the status, you will be able to see actually where a tender is in terms of the cycle of activities. So you can see here, this tender is at the Evaluation Procurement Committee state, and so on. So just moving on to show you some of the other statuses that are possible. This tender is at evaluation. This is at Evaluation Procurement Committee assessment, and you will be able to see all the statuses all the way up until contract award. The second key feature of note is the open tender opening report details. We have improved the features that allows one to search for the tender of interest, so that they can go and see who the bidders who have submitted bid. I know that was a big complaint as well. But I'm just going to very quickly move into the main feature for today, which is the submission of bid details. So I go back to current competitions. Actually, I go to list of my tenders that I have subscribed to. And I have a tender here that is still in bid submission status, so I'm able to submit a bid. So as you know, I would have selected the bid, and under the show menu, there is a bid submission option. So we are now moving into the features that you will see for bid submission. So right away, you notice there's nothing popping up about needing to install Java or any software. It is very seamless. It takes you right into the bid submission functionality. So I'm going to select Create Tender Online. And I'll give my bid a name. All right, so we are in fact going to make a few additional changes to the bid submission. One thing we have said to the vendor, there are still too many clicks for someone to be able to submit a bid as it is. So I would say within the next 2 months, you will still see an updated version. But for now, when a supplier comes here, he or she is required to first select the options that says edit. And that allows the user to upload the bid document as well as to enter the bid price. So I'm going to upload a file, and this would have been the bid document that I would have prepared in response to respond to the entity's specifications. And in this bid document, obviously, I'd have compiled all of my price information, tax compliance certificate. And by the way, you will also be able to upload more than one bid document. I'll go back and click Save. So I've uploaded my document. The next requirement is that you must enter the price for your proposal. One of the complaints we've had from suppliers is that they are not able to see the prices that their competitors would have submitted the bids for. So suppliers are now required to type in their price as a part of the submission. So here I'm going to say I'm going to provide a quotation for $18.5 million. And that is important because once I have indicated my price here, once the tender opening report is open, the price for all suppliers will now be visible to all suppliers who have submitted bids. So that's an improvement. And then I click Submit. And that's it. It's really, really a simple process. I know it's a change. It will still take some hand-holding. We have adequate documentation, and of course, Lakeisha has a full support team. But overall, it's a much improved user interface, and we are very excited about it, as all the participants have said today. I just want to move on very quickly on to 2 other points, and I'm now transitioning into the contract management aspect. I'm going to log in. One of the reasons, or one of the blind spots in the whole procurement process now is entities use a system, they create tenders, and they finalize the process. But they do not go back into the system to input the contract award information. And so when one goes on and print contract reports, you are not actually seeing the full information because not all the procurement entities would have taken the process all the way through to its logical conclusion. And that is why we are transitioning to introducing the contract award certificate, so that once the contract award certificate is generated, the contract award information will be in the system and will be able to be reported on. But what is important is that if you are in fact the preferred bidder and was made an offer, it's very important that as a supplier you go in and you reply to a contract award. So you know it's a task-driven system. The supplier would have been notified via email that that their company is the preferred bidder. And you are required to log in, and you will see a task here saying reply to contract award. And of course, you will accept. I'm not sure if anybody has declined a contract award, but it's very important that you go in and you accept the award, because for the cycle to be completed, as I said, it's tender published, the evaluation, contract award, but then we need the contract acceptance to be acknowledged by the supplier, and that will lead towards the full cycle being completed in the system. So this is it, basically, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that's it for me for today. But it's very easy user interface. All the functionalities that you are used to are still there. You go back to your tenders. You will still be able to undertake. So like this tender, you select it. If you wanted to see all the clarifications, you go in the system. It's very important that all activities related to our tender are transacted in the system. Don't take up the phone and call the entity. If there's a need for a clarification, you simply go under the show menu clarification option, and you would have seen the clarifications that were already raised and answered. But if you need to raise a clarification, you simply go in and make your clarification. I notice most suppliers have a practice of the very first clarification is, can there be a bid extension? The bid is published, and sometimes I see in the next 1 hour I'm seeing clarification requests for extension being raised. But anyway, it's all good. It's an electronic ecosystem, and we're very happy and excited that this is perhaps the best system in use by any GOJ entities. I think someone mentioned that there are some 10,000 suppliers that are using it, and I think on average, Lakeisha are maybe publishing 20 tenders per day. I thought that was a lot until we had a meeting with the vendor this week, and they said their clients in Europe and Africa are publishing 200 to 300 tenders per day. So they are pretty satisfied that we are not going to have any performance issues here. So thanks very much, and all the best in your bidding activities.
Thank you so much, Mr. Thompson, for that demonstration. And I'm sure, those enhancements will certainly demonstrate, how technology can simplify the procurement process for suppliers. So thank you so much, sir. Now it's time to officially log in to the platform for the very first time. Yeah. So let's welcome or re-invite Mr. Javel Barrett, who will be doing us the honors this afternoon, our Chief Public Procurement Policy Officer. And he will be logging into the GOJEP platform, the GOJEP 2.0 platform, for the very, very, very first time. So come on up, Javel.
Thank you again, everybody, for being here with us today. And, just look at it. It just looks a lot better than what it was before. Much cleaner, much sharper than the old system that looked like it was developed a long time ago. All right? Now, all right. So I'm going to log in for the very first time on the live site. Yay! All right, so this, ladies and gentlemen, is GOJEP 2.0, me signing in for the first time, and we have a list of competitions that are there that are ready for suppliers to participate in. Again, I've spoken to a number of persons. I've spoken to Ms. Calder, who is here, a number of other journalists who want to know about some of the functionalities of the GOJEP website. And one of the things that a lot of them don't recognize is that how much information GOJEP actually provides to them in terms of the contract award data or just contract award reports that you can access on the GOJEP website. It's there. I'm asking all of you to use the system and use the information that is provided there for whatever you want to use it for. Everybody have their different purposes. If you want to use it just to see the opportunities, you use it for that. If you want to just see who government is awarding contract to, you use it for that. And I thank you all for coming here today. Thank you all, everybody who is online. And I want to thank my team at the Office of Public Procurement Policy for the job that they have been doing. None of the work that we've accomplished over the last year would have been possible without the team, and I just want to give them a big shout out. People always talk about government employees, this and government employee that. I can tell you that I have one of the best teams in Jamaica in public service. All right, so as the days go by, log on to the Office of Public Procurement Policy's website as a supplier. We have a training material there for you. I know we would have gone through training throughout the course of June with hundreds of suppliers and practitioners. We have created videos and a learning path for you so that you can go in and access the material so that you can familiarize yourself with the new system and the new layout. So please access that. If you have any questions, you can always call us, and we are happy to provide you with the assistance that you need to navigate with the new system. But as you go through, if you see anything that you think should change, tell us, all right? And we will take those suggestions on board, all right? So I'll just turn over back to Talia.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise one more time for the official launch of the Enhanced Government of Jamaica Electronic Procurement Platform, GOJEP 2.0. How are you liking it so far? It look good, right? All right. What we have witnessed, ladies and gentlemen, is far more than the launch of a new digital platform. It represents another step towards a more modern, efficient, and transparent Jamaica. And GOJEP 2.0 demonstrates what is possible when innovation, good governance, and collaboration come together in the service of the Jamaican people. So we do want to have give another round of applause to the team for making it possible. And as I said earlier when I started, as we get ready to celebrate emancipation and independence, today's launch is a timely reminder that nation building also means investing in systems like these, right? To make the government more accessible, more accountable, and of course more responsive to every single citizen, right? So we do have to big up the government. When they do good, we have to big them up and we have to clap them. And we have to make noise for them, right? So on behalf of the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service, I extend sincere thanks to the Honorable Minister, Favour Williams, all our presenters, all our procurement practitioners, our suppliers, members of the media, my audience here sitting with us, my online audience as well. Thank you so much for being a part of this important milestone. And we trust that today's launch has provided valuable insight into the future of public procurement in Jamaica. We do look forward to your continued partnership as GOJEP 2.0 ushers in a new era of digital excellence. And as we conclude the official proceedings, I now invite everyone to stand for the playing of the national anthem of Jamaica. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You are warmly invited to remain for refreshments as our cocktail reception will begin officially. But have a wonderful afternoon, everyone. My name is Talia Soares Brown. Travel safely.